Colorado has been in the news a lot this offseason. It's been a pretty busy week for them as well. They had their spring game broadcasted on ESPN this past weekend. Ever since the game concluded though, it's been one big nightmare in Boulder. They've made headlines for a number of reasons, and none of them have been really positive at all. Before we get to today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. I don't know where to begin, but we'll start with a storyline I don't recall ever hearing about. This tweet came from Colorado tight end Zachary Courtney, who said that Deion Sanders won't give him access to his practice footage. For the coaches who are trying to recruit me, I am sorry, but I'm not going to be able to get you guys my film from practices last season since I'm not allowed to have it, because the head coach at Colorado won't allow it. This is very unlucky, and if you have any questions, just text me. He followed up that tweet with another one saying, again, this is not a shot at Deion, I just wanted coaches to know I have no film for them. There was also this exchange in which Courtney said that the film he wants access to was prior to Deion arriving at Colorado. Caden Ludwig chimed in on the conversation, saying they had that film recorded on their phones before the new staff. He also had another follow-up tweet saying, we all need our film. Overall, this situation seems like a total mess. I do see both sides of it, kind of. I could see why Deion wouldn't want other teams having access to their practice footage. But with that being said, if this is from the fall before Deion even showed up, then this whole thing is ridiculous. That was a completely different team than the one now, and I'm fairly certain whatever they were running in practice is totally different. Just give kids their film access if they're asking for it. Meanwhile, there's a player that followed Sanders from Jackson State officially in the transfer portal. Tavion Beasley, a defensive back, tweeted that he was in the portal on Tuesday. A 3-star prospect in the 22 class, Beasley spent one season with Jackson State where he played cornerback. He was a number of players that followed Sanders over to Colorado. Here's what he told Buffzone back in January. My decision was, in my opinion, to play for the best coach in college football because he can teach you things outside of football to be a better man and a better person. Obviously, he helps me improve my game on the field. He's prepared me for the next level in life and on the field. Beasley came to Colorado along with cornerbacks coach Kevin Mathis and was looking forward to playing closer to California, where he's from. I feel like playing at a higher level will help me improve my game because I feel there will be more competition, and that's how Coach Prime wants us to compete. He really loves to compete. Tavion Beasley is one of nearly 24 Colorado players who have hit the transfer portal since Saturday's game. There have been more than 50 players in total who have entered the portal since Deion Sanders was announced as coach back in December. There was an article posted today in The Athletic, and it's pretty wild what's going on. Travis Gray, an offensive lineman, had a meeting with Deion Sanders scheduled for 3 p.m. this past Monday, but he was notified by offensive line coach Bill O'Boyle that that meeting would be moved up and starting in 30 minutes. When he arrived, O'Boyle told Gray that he was going to be cut from the team. Here's what Gray told The Athletic. He's walking with me and said, hey buddy, you're gonna get cut today. I'm sorry to tell you this. I didn't want you to hear it from Coach Prime. I wanted you to hear it from my mouth. I didn't want to cut you, but we had to cut 5 offensive linemen, and you were the last one. Jeremy Mack Jr., who had 48 tackles last year and was working with the first team defense for much of the spring, was called into a meeting with Deion as well. Here's what Mack told The Athletic. Coach Prime just told me up front, we have plans to go another way. You competed, you did everything we wanted you to this spring, and you fought. That was my first meeting with Coach Prime since I've been here. Montana Lamonius Craig starred in Saturday's spring game, but he entered the transfer portal on Monday. According to Malik James, a private coach of Craig, said that he was one of a few kids who actually wasn't pushed out of the program, but he didn't explain the receiver's decision to enter the portal. Now this one was pretty interesting, as if you watched the spring game on Saturday, you would have seen that Craig was pretty much providing all the offense for Colorado and had an insane game for the Buffs. But now he's in the portal. Zach Courtney, who we talked about earlier in this video, told The Athletic none of the new coaches would talk to the old players and treat us the same as the people they brought in. The new guys wouldn't be picked on as much in film. Coaches would tell them to just do better. But if it was an old player, they'd keep going off on what you did wrong and keep yelling about it. The 5 players the Athletic spoke about relayed one consistent reality for players that Deion Sanders inherited. He spent little to no time coaching or even speaking with them. I felt like he was more of a motivational speaker. He gives good advice, but he didn't really talk to me once, Courtney said. I never really got to experience his coaching. Here's some more about what Gray had to say. No relationship with him at all. I said what's up to him a few times. I'm not sure he knew the names of half the kids he got rid of. He was worried about who he brought in. If you were on the 1-11 team, it seemed like he didn't really care about us at all. He already said he was going to get rid of 25 to 30 of us, and that's exactly what he did. According to The Athletic, 2 players said they experienced what they viewed as favoritism towards the newcomers and noted that while many of the new players who transferred in meshed well with the team, most who arrived from Jackson State kept to themselves. One player who was transferring and asked not to be identified so that he wouldn't have trouble finding a new school said that wherever the camera's at, that's where Deion is. Travis Gray closed the article with this. We believed in him and his methods, and even though he told us he was bringing his Louis with him and suggested we all transfer, we all still stuck with him until we all got cut on Sunday. He's trying to do his own thing and make his own team. It'll be a whole new team, and I hope he has what he's looking for. There was an article in the Denver Post that went into detail as well with this whole situation. Grant Page, a former wide receiver who entered the transfer portal, said it wasn't his decision to transfer. He said that when it opened, he was pushed into the portal. I couldn't have stayed. I really wanted to. They said it was just best for me to leave. It was my position coach. They told everyone to go. Whoever entered the portal, that's who they told to go. John Tyson, the father of former Colorado wide receiver Jordan Tyson, who entered the portal on Monday, told the Denver Post this. My thoughts on Deion wouldn't be good, so I'm not going to say anything. It's a bad situation for us as a family, I will say that. And it's unfortunate, but it's the nature of the system. Again, that's what Deion said he was going to do. I pray for those kids that they're bringing in and the kids that decided to stay at Colorado. I pray to God they turn it around for them. This business of college football at the Power 5 level, it isn't an easy game. If it was, all the Power 5 coaches would be successful. There wouldn't be 1-11 or 2-10 teams. Some great people at Colorado got fired last year, and some kids got some really hard life lessons shown to them last year. So yeah, this whole situation at Colorado seems to be like an absolute mess. I'm sure a lot of this stuff has gone on in college football before, and it's going on behind the scenes. But all this information that's come out at Colorado over the past week alone seems to be to the absolute extreme and an absolute nightmare. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you love college football, this is definitely the place for you. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.